So the journey so far of recording the stories, collecting the stories and turning them into artworks has indeed been a whirlwind. It's been a huge process, involving a lot of different people, because people came to the caravan, shared their stories. Then Michelle and I went through all those stories. We chose sometimes stories, sometimes similarities between stories for each location, turned them into an artwork, a concept of an artwork. And recently we've been working to actually realizing that concept into artworks. So we've been filming, audio recording, revisiting people, revisiting places.
Imprints 2012 has just been a phenomenal journey. It's just been fantastic. We've taken two artists, Duke and Michelle, to the Central Coast community and asked the Central Coast residents to get involved with us with this project, and it's just been absolutely phenomenal.
So 7 different locations around the Central Coast, many of them I've never been to before.
And part of the agenda was that the two artists didn't know the Central Coast community because we didn't want anyone to have any preconceived notions of what the Central Coast is. And then myself and the two cultural officers of Gosford and Warwickshire Council basically chose 7 destinations across the coast with stakeholders.
I think the journey of going from all the different locations was also a journey for us to get to know the difference between the locations and locations itself. We did do site visits to start off with, so we knew where we were going. But the location is so much about the people that live there. So the people that came in the caravan really determined the atmosphere. And we had a lot of different people coming into the caravan, or we would go and find some people if there were not enough people coming to the caravan. So we have a good cross-section of the population, age groups, backgrounds, how long they've been here, either Sydney refugees or locals. And each location has got similarities, as in water plays a big role in every one of the locations. But then Yarramalong is country, and we had some amazing footage about the wildlife there, or the animals, not so much the wildlife, about the bees, about the fires that were raging there.
When we were in Yarramalong, we attended a spring festival and the caravan was there, so we met a lot of locals. And Dottie and Dan, husband and wife, who over 30 years ago started up the Yarramalong Rural Bushfire Brigade. So they had a lot of great stories to tell.
Fires were also addressed in Mooney Mooney, but Mooney Mooney had more about the Pacific Highway and the old schoolhouse that was there, and the development of from an old town dying to revitalising a town. That was a similarity with Gosford, that has been decrepit for a long time but is really blossoming, which is also the title for our work there. Who else did we have? Tukley, Long Jetty, and the entrance had a lot of similarities. They're also quite close together geographically. But Long Jetty, we had the pleasure of joining some of the regular pub visitors. In the entrance we learned about the spirituality of the ocean. And Tukley, we learned about the beauty and the impact of people on the lake and of the lake on people.